a permit.
All right, so I guess.
So I can get a.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, John. So should I just submit you a letter, or do you want me to do the permit as well? You think?
Well, we're going to see if I'm going to talk to Anton and find out what process he went through, and then we'll just repeat that same process.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and then John, as we get closer, you and I will work out the road closure, and everything that goes with that.
We're not doing the festival because we couldn't get any county permits right yet.
Oh.
So we're going to probably just shut down the.
That sounds good. As it gets closer, I heard you. It's just intermittent for whatever reason. Maybe my fan. Hang on, let me turn my fan off. Maybe that's the problem.
But is it going to go down Diamond?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, it's going to go down Diamond, but we're going to shut the street down and probably end it right above
Can
there.
you hear me now?
What street that is? Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah, John, we can hear
last
you.
Time.
Yeah, Jack, just remember, Jack, anytime you guys are going to shut the roads down, you have to have a permit.
Okay. Well, I just knew in the past I didn't remember submitting one. That's why I was curious.
Stop working.
Okay, well, it's 7:05, so I'm the only director here tonight. Obviously, I don't have a quorum.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah. Who was that? I'm trying to figure out who that is.
I think
that was Sergeant Smith.
Yeah. Sergeant Smith, just a second, I'm going to call you to do a presentation. But anyway, we don't have a quorum, so we can't get into the business meeting portion of it, but we can go ahead and do the community leader report. And I also have some guests here tonight from Starbucks who want to talk to the community a little bit.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Sergeant Smith.
What is going on with this thing?
Okay. I think I got an email for the chamber.
Okay, Sergeant Smith, I'm going to go ahead and let you give the community report for the Kern County Sheriff's Office, please.
I don't think he can hear you, Bill.
Yeah.
I can hear now.
Okay, John, go ahead and do your report, please.
Oh, sorry about that. I lost you for a minute. This month, since our last meeting, I took stats for Roseman area. We have 14 total arrests in the Roseman area, which is down from last month. It was 18. We have 6 arrests for crime against person, 4 drug arrests, 3 public intox arrests, and 1 arrest for obstructing an officer. I'm proud to report we had no property crimes reported. We are also looking into 3 pot farms are identified in the Roseman area, 30th Street, between 30th Street and 35th Street West, and those locations have been photographed and sent to our HIDA drug unit. And once they get done with the units, what they're doing in the Walker Basin area, they'll work their way up here and handle those.
Okay.
Did you guys hear that?
Yep, sure did.
Okay. Sorry about that. And I think that's really much all I have, unless you guys have any questions.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Sergeant Smith? If not, we'll go ahead and move on to John Williams, California Highway Patrol. Okay, John.
Good evening. Thank you, sir. So for the Highway Patrol, we've been pretty busy. The marijuana farms have turned into the big deal here, and the bad guys have been cultivating, and as they put them in vehicles and transport them on the road, we've been making several arrests of large box trucks full of marijuana. So we've made several arrests, and the Sheriff's Department has helped us with those. We have an MOU with them, so they've been helping us process those particular drug arrests. We've also had a lot of people that are taking little old trailers and old trucks and putting big water containers in the back of them, and they're filling it up with water. And the problem is water weighs a lot more than what people think. And as they're driving down the road, they're putting a tremendous amount of weight on the axles on these small trailers and these small vehicles, and they're making their vehicles unsafe where they can't slow down and stop if somebody were to run out in front of them or have some sort of other emergency. So last week alone, we impounded, I believe, 6 trailers and 1 U-Haul truck that was hauling water and was overweight because they were unsafe. So we're taking an aggressive stance towards that. We've been hearing that people are stealing water. Now, that's something normally that the sheriffs would handle. If the calls are coming out, most of the ones that we're seeing is they're taking advantage of situations to obtain the water. I don't know if they're actually stealing it or not. So we haven't been able to charge anybody with that. But we've been pretty busy. Right now, the marijuana cultivation's keeping us busy. My fatalities are still high. People are still not wearing seatbelts. I'm going to do a couple special enforcements before the month is up, and we're going to have zero tolerance for seatbelts, and we're also going to have a couple zero tolerance speed enforcement on Sierra Highway and on the 14 where the construction zone is. If you're going 4 miles over the speed limit, you will get a ticket. We're going to strictly enforce those because it's just people are driving unsafe. And we need to get the message out there that people are dying, and we need to slow them down and make sure everybody wears their seatbelt. So that's all I have new for you.
All right. Thank you, John. Does anyone have any questions for John?
John, you got time to maybe do an article for our newsletter along that line?
Absolutely. My public information officer, Officer Maurer, would love to help you with that.
All right, I'll send you an email, and Jack's supposed to have an article for me by Monday or Tuesday next week. So if I get something by then, that'd be great.
Okay, no problem. We can do that.
Okay, Jack, you have the floor for the Chamber of Commerce.
All right, for those that are new, don't know, I'm Jack Miller, Vice President, Chamber of Commerce. I know that, who was it? Morgan Helton with Grocery Outlet. She'd contact me. She's going to join the Chamber of Commerce. And so we're going to coordinate a ribbon cutting for them, I believe in August 15th. I did have a contact from Starbucks, but I haven't heard any back from them since I responded on the email. They were wanting to know about a ribbon cutting. I think they were talking about July 15th, so that was kind of late notice to coordinate that. But really what I was going to report on was we had our elections for Albert Gatton and Gene Melcher. Gene Melcher re-ran. Albert Gatton did not. So Eric Lansgard ran and Albert. And so Gene Melchers and Albert Gatton were elected to the board of the Chamber of Commerce. We had our board meeting the other day, and so Gene Melchers will be president. I'll be vice president, and nobody's owned up in treasurer yet, so trying to address that. Oh, but so we're excited to have Eric Lansgard on the board. I think he's going to be a major asset for the Chamber of Commerce. He's going to do a lot of good, and he's a great person as is, regardless. So we're really happy to have Eric on the board there. Of course, we're moving forward with the Armed Forces Day Parade, as we discussed before the meeting started there with John Smith and John Williams there. And we are not going to do the festival at the park because when I called to get permits, and then there's also food permitting and things of that nature because of still ongoing state, because all that falls under state regulations, because of some of the state restrictions, everything going on. It was too uncertain as to if they were going to be able to even put it on the calendar for approval. So we chose to cancel the actual festival, but we're thinking we're going to do something small at the Chamber Event Center. So we got to get some DG down on there, but other than that, it's pretty much ready to go for start doing some events there. So we'll be shutting down the street and doing the parade and other activities. That is slated September 25th and starting at 10 a.m. So parade always starts at 10 a.m. Let's see. Trying to think what else I got. July newsletter is late. Just late on getting articles from a couple of people. So that should go out early next week. And I don't think you get a copy of that, Bill. I probably should start giving you copies of the newsletter. It usually has a good article from Zach Scribner in there and a lot of other articles around the various business community activities.
Well, I'd appreciate that, Jack, and we could also extend the courtesy to you by publishing it out on our Rmac page on Facebook.
Oh, that'd be great, yeah, because there's a digital version of it and also a HTML version both. So, yeah, either way, that'd be appreciated.
Okay.
And I'd still like to get a article from John Joyce about his business and history. That'd be kind of nice to put in there 1 month. So I'll drag his feet in on that pretty soon here. And he certainly knows how to write an article.
I'll do that, Jack. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I just think it'd be a good interest story as long as you've been around doing news around town. I think that'd be a real good article. Let's see. Items I do want to bring up. I guess the only other item is actually two items I'm going to mention. The chamber remodel. It's board meeting. We're actually going to sit down, develop a plan, and get that remodel done. We were kind of waiting for the supply prices have just gone and skyrocketed, and they're hard to get right now of some of the items that we want for decorative items that make them flooring. So we kind of waited a little bit until the prices come down and availability is a little stronger. But we're going to get our plan together and start working on that pretty soon, actually. The last item I wanted to mention was, one of the things we were discussing, nothing 100% in the works, but there's been a lot of discussion on the Roseman sign into sound there and coming into town. And we were discussing putting up a, I don't know what we're going to do yet for fundraising. We'll have to look at that. But we're thinking about see if we can get permitted for a solar-powered digital sign right there, a two-sided sign, so that we can not only chain and put it up a little higher to where it's a little less prone to graffiti and things of that nature. Put it up a little higher where we can actually advertise community events and local business around the community, and make it a little more versatile for welcoming people to Roseman and so forth. You know, probably even throw in a please drive safe spot in there for the sheriffs and SKHP there. You know, let them know they're coming to Roseman. I think that's everything I got to cover. And last item is we are getting ready to install the solar into the chamber here shortly. We already got the quotes, and Gene Melcher's going to start work on that pretty quick here, and we'll get the solar put up on the canopy of the event center there, and that will support all the electricity we need pretty much for the chamber itself. So that's really going to reduce on our electric. And that's really all I have to cover, unless anybody's got any questions.
Any questions from Jack? Okay, if not, pretty much our other community leaders are either out of town or just not available tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and move into the public comment period. But before I do, GK, do you or Christy have anything from County Council that you would like to put out tonight?
No. First time on your meeting. Very interesting. I might have to reassign myself here. No, Stephanie will be back next time, and her backup will be Chrissy. I want to support you folks in the great work you're doing out there. So nothing from us. Please continue.
All right. Thank you very much. Do you have anything to add to that, Chrissy?
No, just grateful to learn about your community. I've been over there a few times, but it's nice to know what's going on.
No, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Okay, with that, I'd like to introduce Mary Rosas to everyone here tonight. And first off, Mary, I have to apologize. I don't have a quorum, so I don't have a full-fledged meeting, and I'm about it for directors. So you'll be talking to me. So we need. Yeah. So anyway, I'd like to turn the floor over to you, Mary, and you can talk to us about Starbucks, and we'll talk about your grand opening.
Thank you so much, Chair Parkman. Again, so great to meet all of you. Every community is important to us, not just with the Starbucks overlay, but as individuals who give up their personal time for public service, as well as all of us that do this for our jobs because we do care. I was born and raised in the San Fernando Valley, very knowledgeable about Palmdale and Lancaster because I have family there, but never up to Rosamond yet. So again, we're here today to introduce ourselves. I'm the government affairs person for Starbucks from Central California all the way to San Diego. And I'm going to turn this over to an amazing leader for your community as it relates to Starbucks stores and Starbucks employees that we call partners because employees do get stock. So this store that we're inviting you all to, Jack, it'd be great to have you there, Chris, everybody, just to come and learn about what we provide your residents, whether it's healthcare or it's getting their college degree. Starbucks is that organization that is committed to making sure we provide resources for upward mobility across the U.S. and beyond. So yes, we're opening a store in Rosamond. Did I say it right? I want to say it Latina style. Rosamond. Sorry.
Rosamond.
Rosamond. And it kind of sounds like my name, Mary Rosas. I didn't even think about that. Bottom line is this. July 23rd, there's going to be a little opening, and we would love for you to attend if you can get the word out. I did connect with a staff member of Supervisor Scribner, and they're looking to participate as well. We connected with Air Force space, and Danny will be there as well. So we're really reaching out and building a launch pad for a great community resource, for ideas from all of you as to how we can be a better community. Law enforcement is our number one priority as well, because we want not just customers, but our employees and law enforcement to build a connect that makes sense and that works well. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Jared Washington, that is going to share his role, his responsibilities, the vision of this amazing store that's kind of a new way of looking at the United States. A military store is something that's near and dear to my heart. My ex-husband was in the Air Force. He served 8 years. And I learned so much as a Latina from the San Fernando Valley, living in Japan, living in Maryland, and wherever the tour of duty took us. My commitment to the United States will always be here. My boys were born on Japanese soil, but in an Air Force base. So they are Americans through and through. So Jared, I'm passing it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Mary. Hi, everyone. I'm Jared Washington. I am the district manager for Starbucks. My current market spans from the Antelope Valley all the way up to Mammoth. So I get the pleasure of supporting stores all the way up to 14 and 395. We just opened officially today. So today at 6 p.m., our new military family dedicated store opened in Roseman. We're having the dedication ceremony next Friday. And the cool thing about this store is it is specifically to be able to support the military veterans and spouses of, and including family, of the Edwards Air Force Base and the Kern County market. We do offer, like Mary offered and stated, we do offer things like a complete undergrad degree, like no questions asked, and tuition paid for through Arizona State University for all of our partners who want it. We offer benefits to our part-time partners, full-time partners. We are creating jobs all over the place. And a couple of good things about the store is this. It is a place where we can really bring the community together. And I think that's huge for me. For me to be able to support a store whose sole purpose is to unite and galvanize the community, that's what I'm all about. That's what my vision is. And that's what I hope for us to be able to bring to the Roseman area. We're also a solar store. So from a sustainability standpoint, we are the literal sixth. Out of all the Starbucks, we're the sixth solar store. So I'm super excited about that. Our panels just got installed. And 2 months from today, FYI, we are opening another solar store in Cal City. So we are continuing to build in Kern County. We're excited about that market. I'm born and raised in Lancaster, so I'm Antelope Valley through and through, like Mary said about herself as well, and the American through and through. And so I know the market. I'm excited about the market. I love being here. I'm building my family here as well. And I'm just really excited for us to finally be able to open our doors and welcome our customers in. So that's a little bit about us and me. And I would love for us to have some great fun while we're over there. We did get in contact with the mobile vet unit, the veteran unit, and they will be supporting us on Friday as well by bringing out the veteran bus and being able to have some exposure there. And I also would love to start building some relationships with our law enforcement. We offer a program called Coffee with the Cops, and we love to be able to bring not only officers in, but CHP in, sheriffs in, otherwise, including the community. We'd love to invite everyone to ribbon cutting.
So you guys got the ribbon cutting all taken care of, all the letters out to the dignitaries, things of that nature are all done?
We're still kind of gathering all that to get it all done. We kind of did a little gangbusters to get those doors open today, so I will make sure I dedicate tomorrow to being able to circle back on all those loose ends.
Well, get a hold of me if you need some assistance on who to contact. Normally, a lot of times the chamber will assist with ribbon cuttings. As we know who all dignitaries, I usually write the letters and send them out and help them.
Appreciate
so get with me. There's a few people that definitely like to attend these type of meetings, great photo op for them, that kind of thing, you know. And,
hey, Jack, can you make sure the CHP gets one of those, please?
Sure will.
Thank you.
So get a hold of me, or if you're going to be in town, we can meet and I can go over it with you either way.
Yeah,
we can talk over the phone. And and then I'll get a list and who we can contact dignitaries. Not a lot of time. I usually like to do this kind of stuff 3-4 weeks ahead of time,
Hmm.
and that's what I told grocery outlets. So they're supposed to get back to me, so we have time to actually coordinate, get the letters out, because a lot of the dignitaries, they're booked up solid, and if you don't get a hold of them ahead of time, they may not have the availability to attend your event.
I have a logistical question.
Yes.
So is it Fong or Lackey? From the assembly standpoint.
Tom Lack. Yeah. So he would be offended if he wasn't invited. Right, John?
Absolutely, he'd be offended. No, he'll be there, or he'll have somebody there.
Yeah, he'll
Okay,
get
so
somebody
I'm going to
there.
call again tomorrow because I've been calling the offices and emailing. So I'm going to say John Williams and Jack Miller said that you would be offended if this is not a. So who is your scheduler and how do I get that on your calendar?
Put John's name on there. That will go even better.
Well,
Thank you.
Tom and I worked graveyards together for several years, so if I have to, I can call him on his cell phone.
We like the sound of that. So I will extend the invitation to all of you as you look at community events, whether it's a celebration or something that's a tough issue for the community to overcome. Please call on Jared. Use our store as your convening location as much as you feel you need. One thing about this company, and this role was brand new when I came on board last March on the first day of quarantine. And truly, our employees that we call partners, their heart is so generous. Today, I actually helped my executive vice president place a dog in a foster home. That's how committed they are. Somebody from the Riverside area had a dog and they were going to euthanize it. And so they're like, Mary, who do you know? But that's kind of who we are. That's the brand that we're building for Starbucks. And Jared can always open the gates full disclosure and say, I can help you. I can't. This is how we can work together. So that's what we're trying to do. And we would love to be able to work with you, Chair Parkman, Jack Miller, all of you, in a way that makes sense for your residents.
Well, I'm just curious if I have to add an extra S to our logo so we can start calling it Rosas on.
Yes, you have my permission. But isn't there history? The town was named after somebody's wife, and I don't want to get in trouble.
John Joyce could probably answer that one on how the name Rosamond come around. I graduated high school here, but I don't know that particular part of the history. He's laughing.
Yeah. John's going to go off mute and tell us the history.
How about John?
Well, the history is long and convoluted. I was in the Rosamond store yesterday, just a little bit in, and saw how beautiful it is inside, and asking if the Rosamond News can get some information out to all the people online and in print. And the young lady said yes, but the media people had to give her permission. So we're kind of waiting for her to give us permission to tell all the people online and in print. But the name of Rosamond comes from a train worker who was working on the Southern Pacific Railroad here and decided it needed a name, and so Rosamond name came to be. And we're happy of it. We're happy to have it. We're happy to have Starbucks come to town. Welcome.
Was Rosamond his name or part of his name, or how did the actual name Rosamond come about?
No, it's her name. It's not his name. It's her name, Rosa.
Oh, her Rosa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but who has an even better handle on that is our Kern Historical Society,
Correct.
and they've actually written a book about how it was named. So we need to refresh our memory on that.
So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Jared, I just wanted to let you know on behalf of Rmac that at least 2 representatives from the council will be there in attendance next Friday. We'll probably be there a little bit before 10 so we can make sure that we know where to stand and those kind of things. But you'll have at least 2, and I'll try to bring our council elder statesman, Dennis Schaffner. He was former public affairs out at Edwards Air Force Base, and he always has a little humor that he can pass along.
So we will add you to the program so you can say a few words.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And then also, Jack, if there's any support you need or donations or volunteers for the Armed Forces Parade coming up in September, we'd be more than happy to join.
Absolutely. You guys are going to join the chamber too? We'd love to have you. I'll gladly send you a...
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you all.
Also, I snuck that in front of everybody.
Okay, well, that concludes tonight's meeting. Like I said, we can't get into the business meeting because I don't have a quorum. I thank everyone for participating tonight. I always look forward to chatting with our law enforcement and making sure that we're hearing how things look from their perspective. We also appreciate having John Joyce and the Rosamond News involved in our meetings and stuff like that. Sometimes John comes up with little nuggets of information for us about other meetings that are going on in the valley and stuff like that. So,
and I have one. I have one that we overlooked, and that is last night the school board appointed Sonny Hepburn as the new trustee on the school board. And she fills in for Larry Tanksley, who was the president, resigned and moved to Missouri.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, John. Anyone else have anything? If not, then I guess we're done for the evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. It was great to meet you all.
All right.
Nice meeting you.
Okay.
Okay. There you get a hold of me, Bill, by the way.